dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. I almost committed the big sin again tonight. I almost forgot to get my second coffee. Actually, the intro was about halfway through when I realized it. And as I've said many times before, that is why we have a long intro. That's what that's for. Not only does it give me 4 minutes and some odd seconds of time just to kind of reflect, relax, get my mind in whatever disorganized way I feel I need. And, that's why. Huh. Man, I am glad that this is our Friday, although there will be a show tomorrow. I can't really say this is our Friday anymore, can I? We'll be doing a VR show tomorrow. Again, just a reminder, you don't have to have a VR headset. You can just use a tablet, phone, PC browser. Don't have to have a VR headset. I don't know whether or not Paul's going to be there tomorrow or not. I hope he's there. He kind of made it sound like it was going to be a regular thing. So, looking very forward to the opportunity to speak with Paul again. Hopefully Patrick's able to make it, and hopefully I see other people there. So, and Steve, of course, Steve was the first one to start showing up, and so I'm sure if he can make it, he'll be there. It's just really a nice format. It's set up really cool how it's done. I didn't get a chance yet, and I was going to this week. I was going to sit here and battle it out and figure out how it is that I could record the VR show, and I haven't been able to. I don't want to use my headset to record it, and the reason why is because if I got to remove my headset for any reason or whatever, it stops the recording. So what I need is yet another computer. I might even grab the laptop down there. It might be able to hack doing that job. I don't know. I'll have to see. It might do it. I'll have to scare up a keyboard and mouse for it because it ain't gotten. But it still, last we knew, it still worked. As slowly as that is. But it might be good enough to be able to record the show. So, either that or I'll try a tablet. I'll try to get it figured out. Because for those that can't make it, man, the conversations that we have are really deep. And it's not like this. It's not like I'm up there doing all the talking. Nah, it's like we're hanging out. It's like a meeting. We're talking, we're discussing, everybody's involved. And in VR, we're sitting around a table at a lake cabin, and just kind of cool. But it allows me, the cool thing is it allows me to put my computer up on a whiteboard. Which is kind of, I know what I kind of do here in a sense. But it's the same thing, except it's like literally on a whiteboard. And not only can I do it, but anybody else can do it as well. Anybody else that's a member of the group can share their screens as well. In fact, there's a picture up there now on the whiteboard that Patrick had made. And, Fire Marshal Bill. Sorry, brother. That Fire Marshal Bill had made and put up there. And, he can share his screen and all that stuff. It's really kind of cool. So, good for teaching, good for conferencing, even good for working on stuff. So, anywho, wow. I'm trying to take in all the information involving Israel as it comes in. And boy, I'll tell you what, it's rough. Because it's hard to tell what to even remotely expect. Because you've got talking coming out of both sides of the necks of all the individuals talking. So, you got part of the United States that, wanted to move carrier strike groups in real quick for backup. And then you got people like Blinken today that says that the United States won't get involved. And I'm like, For one, I thought the United States, yes, sir. Yes, Steve, there will be. I was just talking about that a little while ago. Yep, there will be a workroom tomorrow. Absolutely. So, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I didn't get a video out before now. I suck at that, Steve. I really suck at that. I just forget until the last minute, and because I'm one of those people that I do pretty good under pressure, so I always kind of inch stuff close to a deadline because I work better that way, and I do it to myself all the time without even realizing I'm doing it. But yeah, I've been trying to keep up with this stuff, and it's just like, one moment, it seems like they're getting ready to pounce. The next moment, it seems like, no, we're not gonna commit to anything. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what I'm supposed to think. I don't know. And I say that what I'm supposed to think is the truth, but if I were to pick a country that the United States would be more committed to, being between Ukraine and Israel, yeah, I would say Ukraine takes a hard back burner to Israel. But, and we got to throw that but in there, because baby got back. And Biden may not necessarily have the same amount of love for the baby got back. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I kind of think he'll sniff anybody, though. I mean, but anyway, I have a hard time thinking that we've been involved on the level that we've been involved in Ukraine thus far, which is much further than what they've admitted to. But nonetheless, let's even go with what they've admitted to. I can't believe for a second that we won't get doubly involved, if not more, with Israel. But that baby got some back, yo. Being that it's Biden, and being that he's just the puppet for somebody else sick enough to pull his strings, will he back Israel? And I don't want to take the partisan, don't do that. It's a mistake. Oh, man. I tell ya. Hope you're alright, man. I hear ya. I've been having that too, man. And it concerns the hell out of me. I mean, I'll just have moments, I'll be fine. And then, I lose every bit of energy. I mean, all I want to do is lay down and sleep. And I have no idea. It's not super often, but it does happen from time to time. Yeah, I don't know, I don't want to take the partisan outlook on it and say, oh, well, no, he's a Democrat, so he won't support Israel. And I've seen so many Democrats closet support Israel, it's unreal. Just like I've seen Republicans closet fill some of the stuff for the Democrats. It's a game. Nothing but a game. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not in the back room drawing straws to see who it is, the one that gets to turn on their party. You know what I mean? Shortest straw gets to turn on their party for the next vote. They just need a certain outcome. Doesn't matter who votes what. They just need the certain outcome. They need the numbers to be right in the end. Right? Used to be, not so much anymore. Truck drivers. That's why they're called the logbook a comic book. Because, yeah, as long as what you were reading looked good, that's that. They, you know, if you knew what you were doing, there was no way for them to know if you were running another set of logs or anything. Now it's all computerized, but anyway, that's a little ways away from war and rumors of war, I guess. I guess we'll jump on over. I do have, what do I have? 6 tabs open, I guess. And, you know, the headlines, as usual. As usual. This one, the one I named the show after, it just came out shortly before I shared it. Swore somebody was snoring loud over there. Let's see. U.S. must prepare for war with China and Russia, says Congress. Oh, let me, Oh, I hear ya. Right. Oh, man. I'm telling you, I have all kinds of things that I didn't have. I got up earlier today. I do it every day, something or another. I got up, rushed into the kitchen. Jen's kind of looking at me. She was in the kitchen. She kind of looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, I got up and I moved with purpose, right? Because I normally do. I'm somebody I move with purpose. And so I got up, moving with purpose. And Jen's looking at me like, you know, because I mean, when I move with purpose, you kind of wonder where the fire is. And by the time I made it to the kitchen, which is all but maybe 4 or 5 steps from where the hell I'm sitting right now, by the time I made it there, I done forgot what the hell I was going to do. Jen's like, what are you doing? I'm like, shit, I don't even remember. That's like an everyday thing, man. Hey, Fire Marshal Bill. You were flying an airplane, weren't you? Oh, man. Yeah, I love that TBM. I got to start playing with the interior of it and see what I can make it look like. Anyway, let's cover this here. It says Washington needs to urgently update and expand both its nuclear arsenal and the conventional military in order to face the combined might of Moscow and Beijing, the Congressional Strategic Posture Commission argued in its final report published on Thursday. The United States and its allies must be ready to deter and defeat both adversaries simultaneously, the Commission said. The U.S.-led international order and the values it upholds are at risk from the Chinese and Russian authoritarian regimes. While the Commission has not identified any specific evidence of Russia and China working together, we worry there may be ultimate coordination between them in some way, which gets us to this two-war construct, a senior official involved in the report told Reuters on condition of anonymity. The current U.S. national security strategy calls for defeating one major adversary while deterring another. The Commission argued that the combined threat from China and Russia will become acute as early as 2027. It's funny how they can make that prediction, isn't it? So decisions need to be made now in order for the nation to be prepared. In other words, we need you to write one big-ass blank check to the military-industrial complex, please. And don't be sending no silly investigations and wondering where the money went, you know? In fact, why don't you just have the Federal Reserve move their shit in on I don't know, which one? Which air base should we move the Federal Reserve to? We'll just have them print that shit and deliver it directly. You know what I mean? Why have to pay for the shipping for the cash from the printers to the military-industrial complex? They just print it right there, right? Make it easy. Might as well at this point. Damn. So, really, to beat Russia and China at the same time. In 2027, mind you, not now. 2027. You know, after Russia and China have built up their weapons. How do you get in on these damn committees, man? I want an application. Steve, do I send my resume into the White House? How's that happen, brother? I want in one of these damn meetings, 'cause they can't plan worth a shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna hang on. Let me check on this post. She didn't shut off comments. So I had an odd post come in my local town, and it's an odd post. And I didn't, I could have probably searched his name. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she had it. Well, hang on. It's kind of an odd post about a missing person. And I know that there have been, like, lots of scam crap going on like that. So, I'm real quick just trying to search this guy's name. One mutual friend. No. Oh. Hang on. Yep, that's him. September 29. Okay. Yep, that's him. That's him. Alright, let me keep this up so that I can deal with that after the show. Oh, let me look in the chat. Where am I looking? Oh, okay. Oh, man, dude, it's alright. Dude, it is alright, man. That's what we're all supposed to do, man. We're supposed to learn when we can learn, and we're supposed to teach when we can teach. It's what we're supposed to do, brother. I just want to let the people, because I've got people reporting the post as being, being a scam. And I know I've really heavily suspected that it was a scam. And I went and I checked out the lady's profile that posted it, and it looked pretty scammy because you couldn't see anything, right? And, but the thing was, is she said that you could even contact the local police department, that they know about the situation. And so it was that part of it that it's like, yeah, somebody scamming you isn't going to have you call the police department directly. It doesn't work that way. So anyway, but I was still a little bit suspicious and all that. Well, then somebody had just reported it, and I went to go search the guy's name that's missing, and sure enough, he's got an account, and it's as legit gets. So I will let them know after the show that it's legit. So, anywho, well, thank you, Steve. Thank you. I mean, we're just humans. This is how humans are supposed to be. I don't know what the hell it is I see out in society today, but that's not how we're supposed to live. So, it's really, you want to talk about alone, feeling alone. There are not many people, and I don't know of anybody here local that that thinks like we do. You know? There's just so many people that are so caught up with what's going on in society. Well, caught up in the world, just as the good book says not to do. Now, see, and this is just one of those interesting things. It's more proof to me that the Father's real. All my life, I have rejected social perspectives, if you will. I always thought that the way that society acted was stupid. Going through high school, there was a lot of stuff teenagers would do to prove their toughness, And when I was going through high school, a couple of those big things, a few big things, we had bloody knuckles. You put your hand out and somebody would smack it with a comb, right? Bloody knuckles. Why would somebody want to do stupid shit like that? I don't know, but there was a lot of people that played it, and I guess they thought they were tough shit. I thought they were fucking stupid. That was bloody knuckles, and I had another one where you take a lighter, and you just keep it lit, a big lighter, you just keep it lit for a while, and you hold it on their arm. And whoever pulls their arm back first loses or whatever, right? And then there's the other one, the cigarette, where you lay a cigarette on your wrist, and you watch the cigarette, and who can let it burn them along? To me, that's stupid shit. Why would anybody want to do that? That doesn't prove who's more tough. It proves who's stupid. And not even more stupid. They're all equally stupid. I mean, I don't know. But they thought I was an outcast because I didn't think like them. And I've always been this way. Always been this way. And as society has changed to go along with the times, I'm still like, nah, bruh. Nah. Nah. And the only reason I'm convinced, aside from the Creator, the only reason why I was that way was because my father taught me, as in my biological father, in a roundabout way, taught us to be removed from society. My parents weren't a part of society. They were very much outcast. They weren't weird or anything like that. My dad just had no interest. I mean, my dad had no interest. And I never understood that. And as a teenager, I despised it. Because I was very awkward. I didn't know how to act. I probably still don't, to tell you the truth. But I'm good with that. I am good with that. Right on. Right? The head of security is sleeping on the job right now. She was snoring a while ago. Anyway, let me get through these. I'm ready for bed. Last 2 mornings I got up early. And if I wake up about 4:30 or so, yeah, chances of me getting back to sleep are pretty slim to none. So, most of the time, I'm usually up by about 5:30. But some mornings I'll just get up at 4:30. I don't know. I'll just wake up. And I have got like an insane case of insomnia. I take 6 Benadryl pills at night, the generic Benadryl pills. I take 6 of those damn things when I go to bed to help make me drowsy. If I don't take them, good luck. And it still takes me 2-3 hours, sometimes more, to fall asleep. Just laying there in bed, TV on, just trying to get everything to slow down enough and the pain to ease up enough. Every night I've got to have a sleeping or not a sleeping pad, a heating pad. I know, right? How in the hell am I going to make it through SHTF? I probably won't. Probably won't. But that doesn't mean the Father said I can lay down now. Father never said I could lay down ever. Told me I have to keep pushing forward. No matter what. Until he says otherwise. So let it be. Anyway, let's see. Let me get caught back up. Let's see. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced a formal ban on any... Oh, wait, did I read that? Yeah, Germany vows to prosecute burning of Israeli flag. I'm not real super good on this stuff. As far as... Nah, bruh. I believe in freedom, and I believe in free speech. Free speech don't give a shit about how you feel. If free speech gave a shit about how you feel, it wouldn't be free speech. So, yeah, I've got a big issue. And I'm not, the thing of it is, and I'll be right out front with my stance, because everybody's got to choose a side. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't. No, I don't have to choose a side, and I won't choose a side. Why? Because the Bible says killing people is wrong. It doesn't say killing people if you are Israeli is wrong. It doesn't say killing people if you're Hamas is wrong. Or Hamas. Killing is wrong. Period. So I can't support either side that's doing the killing. But if you were to ask me my opinion about everything going on and, if I were to point a finger, I would say, well, if I was sitting in my house on my property one day and some cat showed up and told me that just because a bunch of rich old bastards in the United States and other places said that this was no longer my property and this was no longer my house, and that because they made up some thing about how now Israel is a land. It's never been a land until the 1940s. And now all of a sudden it went from being a tribe of people to being property. It's amazing how that worked. And since then, continually, there has been a slow genocide against the Palestinian people. And I, for some reason, am expected to support the aggressors in this. Now, I know that the aggressors in this latest skirmish was Hamas aggressing on Israel. I can't argue that, and it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But you know what? I'm not going to argue for Israel for stealing people's fucking property either. I'm not. I won't, and I can't. God did not say it was okay for this tribe of people to steal this tribe of people's shit. If you can show me that in the Bible, you go right ahead. If you can show me in the Bible where Israel is a land, is a property that they have right to, you go right ahead, because it's not in there. And if you can show me in the back of the Bible where Israel exists in the end, well, okay then. Because they don't. None of the 7 churches keep their lamps. You can't be any more clear than that. You cannot be any more clear than that. None of the 7 churches keep their lamps. So tell me, which is the right religion? You got to decide that for yourself. But he let it be known that none of the 7 churches would keep their lamps. Just toss that around a little bit. Anyway. Says here, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced a formal ban on any activity honoring Hamas attack on Israel, vowing on Thursday to prosecute anyone who used the militant group's symbols, praised their violent acts, burned the Israeli flag, or otherwise attempted to incite criminal behavior. These means expressly include bans on associations and activities. The Federal Ministry of the Interior will issue a ban on Hamas activities in Germany, Scholz told the Bundestag. The Palestinian militant organization, which controls most of Gaza, was already classed as a terror group by the EU. Well, that just wraps it all up. Scholz said he told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that Berlin would fulfill any wartime need that arose, declaring there is only one place for Germany, the place at Israel's side. Our own history, our responsibility arising from the Holocaust, makes it a perpetual task for us to stand up for the security of the State of Israel. And to that I say bullshit. People put absolutes on some things that it's very dangerous to put absolutes on. Insisting there would be zero tolerance for anti-Semitism, the Chancellor urged all German law enforcement agencies to prosecute violators with all the means our defensible constitutional state offers. First on the list was Palestinian prisoners advocacy group Samidoun, which apparently earned Scholz' ire by distributing pastries in the streets of Berlin on Saturday to demonstrators who later celebrated Hamas actions. The group has vowed to fight back, accusing German authorities of having banned overly pro-Palestinian demonstrations for years before Hamas' latest attacks. Let's see. Scholz also lashed out at Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and his West Bank government over their silence in failing to condemn Hamas' incursion into Israel, calling it shameful. Abbas affirmed on Saturday that Palestinians had the right to defend themselves against the terrorism of settlers and occupation forces. Like many of the German allies, Scholz also attempted to blame Iran for the violence, declaring it is clear to all of us that without Iranian support over the past several years, Hamas would not have been capable of these unprecedented attacks on Israeli territory. However, he acknowledged there was no tangible evidence that Iran gave concrete and operative support to the militants. And don't you love this? You know? And you were just hearing about all the decapitated babies and all this stuff that's turning out to be lies. I figured it was probably lies when I first read it. This is what they always do. I mean, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. There's history books, but they typically follow a pattern like this. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I hear you about we still have to learn ours. I'm worried about our lessons. I'm damn worried about our lesson. France, by the way, France also cracking down on pro-Palestine protesters. Says French police used water cannons and tear gas to disperse thousands of protesters who thronged the streets of Paris Thursday in support of the Palestinian people, despite a ban on pro-Palestinian rallies initiated earlier in the day. Seemingly undeterred by the prohibition, crowds of demonstrators waved Palestinian flags and chanted slogans before heavily armed riot police arrived on the scene. Video posted to social media shows massive water cannons drenching, reluctantly dispersing crowds. Another clip shows protesters, including elderly and women, being crushed into a stone railing as they are pursued by riot cops and tear gas clouds, shrieking as police push them with plastic shields. After canceling the 2 separate pro-Palestinian demonstrations in Paris scheduled for Thursday, Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin prohibited all pro-Palestine protests, a lot of P's there, arguing that they are likely to generate disturbances to public order. In a letter to prefects nationwide, any foreign nationals violating the protest ban will be systematically deported, he said. Nice. Don't you love it when they choose who it is you're free to protest and who you're not free to protest? I mean, I love it when the government chooses that for me. And you just wait and see, because there will be protests here. You better believe it. They'll probably be starting tomorrow, and I would imagine they'll go on probably through the weekend. I don't know that there's going to be... I don't know if there's going to be anything major come of it. I think there'll be protests. Will the United States crack down like these other countries? I'm interested to see. These other countries don't quite have what we have when it comes to the documentation and, the ability to say, hey, wait a minute, you can't do that. And I know that they've been doing it kind of back burner way through social media and all that, but it's a little harder to do when you're in person, in their face on the street. So, we'll see what happens. You won't see me going there. Hamas attack on Israel like 10 9/11s, says Blinken. And I'm like, everybody's saying this, and everybody's parroting the same thing. If you took per capita to per capita, you know what? Killing is wrong. It doesn't matter whether it's 1, 10, 100, 1,000,000. Killing's wrong. So, are you trying to throw those numbers out there, trying to garner an extra emotional response? Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Just speak the facts, speak the numbers. How many? Okay. You don't have to say 10 9/11s or 6.5 Pearl Harbors, right? I mean, you don't have to do that. Like 3/4 of a Hiroshima. I mean, come on. Really? I know. It sounds ridiculous when you do that, but it's the same damn thing. And it's no different. It's like a competition, I guess, right? Everything's got to be a competition. So now we have a competition for the biggest terror attack. Hey, New York, Chicago. Nah, never mind. Anyway, you got a beer firm to hold, don't you? Oh, man. I gotta have some coffee. Can we nominate this shit? I guess not, huh? So, if tomorrow does turn out to be a day of rage, can we vote on which cities? I mean, can we do that? I mean, because the politicians sure can seem to do a hell of a lot. I thought maybe we might. Chicago, New York City. Whatever it is. Which one is it? They're shitting in the streets. San Diego, San Francisco, or all of the above? I don't know. All right. That's some damn good coffee. I have cheap taste, though. You really got to know that, because it's Folgers. 100% Colombian, but, and I am a coffee snob when it comes to that. But it is just Folgers. I can't even find Thomas coffee at Wally World anymore. I guess they don't carry it no longer. Bastards. Alright, this is the last article I have open, then I got the headlines yet. And then we can run out the door screaming the end is nigh. You guys did make your cardboard signs, right? That was you were supposed to have the cardboard signs done by tonight. And the battery operated Christmas tree lights, because not only do you have to have a cardboard sign, it's got to be decorated in the lights, as well as yourself has to be decorated in the Christmas lights. And then we'll go parade somewhere. Call it the Day of Confusion. That's what we can do. The day of the... Well, we'll call it the day of the end is nigh. The day of the end is nigh. That's what we'll call it. Ignore the people calling you a fruitcake and telling you to get out of the street. Ignore them. They don't know the struggle. Okay, let me get this last article read before I have you guys doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Gaza warns health system on brink of collapse. Search the net and see who sells it. Led Zeppelin, dazed and confused. Hey, brother, I don't even know for sure what FEMA region I am. 5, I think, but I'm not positive. I think 5. Oh, hell. Five. I am 5. All right. What are you, Christopher? Is that big enough? That you need bigger boobies? There you go. Can you see that? Don't tell me you're in like Rhode Island or something, because you're screwed then. You don't have a region. I'm kidding. I'm definitely a 5. Close to a 7, right? Never been a 10, but a 5, close to a 7. It's above average, right? Oh, wait, that's not what that means. Okay. All right, Virginia. Virginia wouldn't be well, kind of wouldn't be a bad state to live in. I guess it depends on where in Virginia. Like, the closer up near the D.C. area, yeah. But, you know where Middlebrook is by any chance? Lael, Middlebrook, Virginia? By chance? Southern Virginia. I think Middlebrook was up more towards the center, to the northish. Okay, well, I know a guy that lived in Middlebrook. We were going to go there and live there, and we were there for not long. I couldn't do that area, brother. I could not do that area. I tell you what, anytime that I've ever left the Midwest area, I can't do it for long. I can't do it for long. The Midwest has a certain breed of people. That's a fact. And, I don't know, it's probably different now, because I'm sure there's a lot more transplants now and stuff, but dude, the area that I was in, man, there just wasn't a lot of brightness. There was just, I mean, even the light bulbs were dim, you know what I mean? I mean, it just, anyway. Oh, man. Let's see here. Over 1,500 people, including hundreds of women and children, have been killed and thousands more injured in Gaza since Israel launched its retaliatory campaign against Hamas militants in response to the deadly raid. Spokesperson Ashraf al-Qudra, maybe, said on Thursday. The patients and wounded in Gaza's hospitals are laying on the floor as there are no beds in the ICU units, with patients piling up in front of the operation rooms, the health official told Al Mayadeen, adding that the Palestinian health sector was on the brink of collapse amid the Israeli siege. Medicines are dwindling and have almost run out, Qudra added. Health officials have introduced rationing to save fuel, directing electricity from generators toward the most essential hospital wards. Gazans have been cut off from food, water, and electricity supplies as Israel declared war on Hamas and imposed a full siege of the territory after Saturday's surprise assault killed more than 1,300 people in Israel. And then it just goes on in the history stuff. But, again, all of it's nonsense. All of it's nonsense. Now, it's in the headlines. I believe it's in the headlines today. And I didn't have it up, and I wished I would have remembered, but running to the old head now. Lavrov come out and stated that basically that Russia's official stance is in support of the two-state solution. I just kind of wanted to add that in there. Now, among a lot of the things that have been cleared up by Israel themselves, like there was no pictures and video of decapitated babies and stuff, that was all lies. Yeah, like that. They also, what was it they were claiming? Hell. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Russia. At first, there was claims that, Russia was somehow involved. And they came out, Israel has come out and said no. To our knowledge, Russia was not in any way, shape, or form involved. And in fact, now they're coming out and saying they don't even have proof that Iran was involved. That's even coming out more and more. Remember how we started to hear reports about how there were meetings between the high-level officials of Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah and all that? There was supposedly these high-ranking meetings between them just as real recent, right before the attack. Nope. That was all lies. That was all lies. It's crazy. It is crazy. Now, I actually thought that if any one of the claims they had made, had likelihood of being true, it was that one. It was absolutely that one. I figured, well, yeah, maybe Iran did meet with Hamas. Maybe Hezbollah was there. Why wouldn't they be, right? Why wouldn't they be? But even that wasn't true. All right, headlines. All right, Russian drone knocks out British howitzer. The U.S. adds $500 billion to debt in less than a month. I'm telling you, just be easier. Move the damn presses right into the military-industrial complex, pick one of the air bases, and, why pay for all the shipping and all that nonsense? Russian electricity 10 times cheaper than in the UK, says a banker. Well, yeah, because Russia has an energy supply. You see how that works? White House backtracks on... Oh, I covered that. EU not convinced of Beijing's neutrality on Ukraine, says Burrell. Putin orders new measures to strengthen the ruble. Europe made a grave mistake on immigration, says Kissinger. Egypt refuses to open civilian corridor out of Gaza, says Reuters. Israel may elbow Ukraine out for U.S. weapons, says CNN. EU state pledges to send profits from frozen Russian assets to Ukraine. Let's see. High time to implement UN decisions on Palestine, says Lavrov. And that is the article that I'm talking about that talks about how Russia supports the two-state solution. Brazil's Lula calls on Israel and Hamas to spare children. No humanitarian aid to Gaza, says Israeli energy minister. Ukraine's top spy admits counteroffensive failure. Canada funds Ukrainians that celebrate Nazi collaborators, says media. Syria accuses Israel of hitting international airports, says media. CEO of X responds to EU disinfo threats. Russia can help solve global energy crisis, says DR Congo envoy. Sputnik journalist injured, family members killed in Ukrainian strike. Israel crisis could cause global economic shock, says Nouriel Rubini. I don't know why I had a hard time with that one. Israeli army chief admits failure in Gaza. Germany vows to prosecute burning of Israeli flag. Oh, I covered that one. Zoom fined by Russian court. MEPs call for change of EU policy on Ukraine. Hamas attack on Israel. Oh, I covered that. Struggle for future of world order intensifying, says Moscow. U.S. Well, I covered that one. France cracks. Oh, I covered that one. Bloomberg ditches Ukrainian flag for Israeli. Let's see. Covered that one. Okay, that's it. Oh, wait, there's a number one up there. There's a number one. We gotta go number one. U.S. breaks $6 billion promise to Iran. It says here, Washington has walked back on its promise to unblock some $6 billion in frozen Iranian assets, even after Tehran released 5 American citizens accused of espionage against the Islamic Republic. Okay? Huh? Right? You know, I've been asking that question, Fire Marshal Bill, for some time now, brother. So right here, and this is humorous too, because all the talking heads have been talking all about how Biden gave them $6 billion to commit all these atrocities. They never got the money. I mean, people are acting like we just walked up and handed them a satchel of cash and they were all caught up. And that ain't the case. Ain't the case. People really need to put the partisan nonsense down, because they really look stupid. They really look stupid. I just want the truth. I don't have to pick a winner. I want to know the truth. And if one of them or both of them are lying to me, neither one of them are the truth. Neither one of them are relevant. Even if they do control the world, still not relevant if they're not standing in truth. Oh yeah, they can make your life hell. Didn't the Bible say something about that? Oh yeah, it did. That's right. It's the people that are not liked right now. that are the ones people should be seeking out. Not the ones that are loved. Interesting. Anyway. Oops. Wait a minute. I don't think I actually shared that out. I did now. Okay. Anyway, that is all I got for you. So make sure you got plenty of lights on your end is nice sign. You don't want to be hit by, oh wait, no. Never mind, because in some states they're allowed to hit protesters. So light yourself up at your own will. Maybe hang some of the orange tractor signs on the back, right? You're walking on the street. I'll be good and I'll leave it at that before I get myself in trouble. Start talking about wide loads and anyway, I am out here before I get myself in trouble and God willing, I won't be smited before tomorrow. Either I'll see you at the VR show tomorrow, or I'll see you Sunday night at our regular show. You make the call. Anyway, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a good night, a good weekend. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.